My wife's new kink. I hate admitting it now, but my wife was right. We had become stagnant, not angry, not bitter, just hollow in the quiet way long marriages sometimes become. We still cooked dinner together, still watched movies on the couch, still kissed goodbye before work. But our bedroom had become a graveyard. At first I told myself it didn't matter. We were older now, people changed, passion faded. That was normal, wasn't it? So every night, when the lights went out and she rolled to the opposite side of the bed, I swallowed the frustration and stayed quiet. I loved her too much to guilt her over something she clearly struggled with. Still, after enough lonely nights, silence starts turning poisonous. One evening I finally admitted it. "I miss you," I told her softly, while we washed dishes together. She didn't answer right away. Finally she sighed. "I know." That hurt worse than if she'd argued. To her credit, she tried after that. She'd initiate awkwardly, forcing enthusiasm she clearly didn't feel. She'd smile too hard, laugh at the wrong moments, pretend. But I could always tell. Her eyes gave her away every single time. So eventually I'd stop everything and tell her it was okay. And every time, she looked relieved. That was the worst part. We spent months trying to fix things after that. Romantic weekends, candles, expensive lingerie, advice articles online, written by people who clearly hated each other. Nothing worked. Every attempt only made us feel older, more embarrassed, more distant. Then one night, half joking and half desperate, I suggested something different. "What if you hit me?" I laughed nervously. She blinked at me from across the bed. "What?" "I don't know. Some people are into that stuff, right? Maybe we just need excitement." The room went quiet. Then slowly, she smiled. Not the forced smile she'd been using for months. A real one. That should have scared me. Instead, I felt hopeful. The first strike surprised me. Her fist slammed into my stomach hard enough to knock the air from my lungs. I doubled over coughing while she stared at me with wide eyes, almost like she was waiting for me to get angry. But underneath the pain, I saw something else in her expression. Excitement. Real excitement. For the first time in over a year, she looked alive, so I laughed weakly and told her to do it again. And she did. By the end of the night, my ribs ached and my lip was split, but she clung to me afterward with more affection than she'd shown in ages. I remember lying there thinking, finally, I got her back. After that, things escalated quickly. Each night she became bolder, slaps became punches, punches became bruises. I told myself I didn't mind because every morning afterward she looked happier than I'd seen her in years. She hummed while making coffee. She touched me constantly. She smiled again. It felt like watching someone come back from the dead. So I endured. When she slipped brass knuckles onto her fingers one night, I hesitated. Only for a second. "You trust me, right?" she whispered. And I did. God help me, I did. The punches left dark purple bruises across my chest and stomach for weeks. One of my teeth loosened after she hit my jaw too hard, but afterward she curled against me, smiling peacefully, tracing circles on my skin like a contented child. I convinced myself that love sometimes looked strange. Then came the choking. At first it was gentle pressure during kissing, then tighter and tighter. One night she held on too long. The edges of my vision darkened while she stared into my eyes with terrifying concentration, almost mesmerized by watching me panic. Only when my body started convulsing did she finally release me. I collapsed across the mattress, gasping. She immediately burst into tears. "Oh my God," she sobbed. I'm sorry I got carried away." I should have left then. Instead, I comforted her, because that's what people in love do. They forgive each other. A week later, I woke in the middle of the night to sharp pain in my side. I looked down to find her kneeling beside me holding a kitchen knife. Blood soaked the sheets beneath me. My wife looked almost euphoric, not angry, not hateful. Just relieved. Like she'd finally scratched an unbearable itch. The panic in my chest vanished the second she started apologizing. "I didn't mean to go that deep," she whispered frantically, while pressing towels against the wound. "I just wanted to see." "See what?" I gasped. Her expression softened. "How much you loved me." She drove me to the hospital herself, told them I'd slipped while unpacking tools in the garage, held my hand the entire time. And afterward, things became perfect. That's the sickest part. She adored me after that. Constant affection, constant attention. She laughed more, slept better. kissed me constantly, like she was terrified I'd disappear. I should have been horrified. Instead, I felt wanted, desired, necessary. A week later, I discovered the carving on my chest, her name, carefully etched into my skin while I slept. When I confronted her, she looked embarrassed. I just wanted something permanent, she admitted quietly. I should have called the police. Instead, I kissed her, because somewhere along the line, pain had become the only language left between us. Tonight, she's downstairs humming to herself while sharpening something in the kitchen. I can hear the metal scraping even from the bedroom. Slow, rhythmic, excited. Part of me is terrified. Another part can't stop smiling, because she hasn't looked this happy in years. And if I'm honest with myself, I think I'd let her do anything if it meant she kept looking at me the way she does now.